Today I'm working on putting together a new welding table. I've wanted to do this for a long time. I've got some 1/4-inch plate steel I'm going to use on it. And right now I've got to remove this vise and that chainsaw sharpener, and I've cleaned this table off, and then we'll have to cut the steel to fit and put it on. So that's next. First thing I got to do is remove these two things off of here, the vise and the chainsaw sharpener. So we'll get that done first. Alright, now we'll get these bolts out of here and start from there. Now I'll keep these for use in other projects. Time to cut this steel to the right length, and then I'm going to spin it around and put it right on here and cut it to the right width, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Okay, that's going to be our length. So now we'll get a couple blocks and throw under there and plasma cut that off. And I'll show you how we're going to do that. I've clamped this pipe in for a guide. I've got blocks under the end. Now I'm going to cut that. And the nice thing about this is I have this wheel guide that works great. So let's cut this off. I had to make 2 passes. Apparently I don't have the machine set just right, so I turned it almost all the way up and it cut it really nice. Now we got to cut it lengthwise. I'm going to make a top for my 310 tractor with that. So I'll leave it there until the welding table's done. Then I can weld it and do it all flat and level on there. Measure our inch in here, cut it this way. Looks perfect. Okay, I've laid this out. Got my pipe the right distance from my line. I've clamped it here so I don't need weight on the back here. 2 things I did. I turned up the amperage. I put a new tip in here. So let's see how this works. Plasma cutters are a neat tool. They really work good. You get a nice clean cut, something you can just knock the slag off and grind a little bit on, not like a torch. Torches leave a real ragged edge. These things are pretty neat. They're nice. This pipe here worked really good, but the way that the wheel glides along here, it kind of binds on this pipe just a little bit instead of just running smooth. What I need is something like this in an 8-foot section, because you can put your wheel against it and just roll. But I can't get anything right now because all the businesses are closed. So I had to make this work, and it did. It did a good job. I was slower than I'd like. Anyway, we got it done. When everything's closed, you just got to make do with what you got. This piece of 1/8 inch I'm going to use on my dump truck for refabbing the bed, which is the next project. So let's finish up the welding table. We got to round the corners. I don't want this moving anywhere. So underneath here, in a couple spots on the long side, I'm going to weld tabs on using this stuff here. I'm also going to weld 2 tabs on the end, and then I got to mount my vise back down here. So that's where we're heading next. What I've done here is I had an old rotor that'll round this corner for me, and I'll follow that with the plasma cutter. I've taken a measurement from here, from the point into the rotor at 2 1/4 inches. Seems like it's perfect. Let's find out. This looks pretty good. I mean, it'll need dressed up with the grinder a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with that. So let's do that to the other 3 corners. Those look about the same, as you can see, because boy, You really don't want to run into a sharp corner with 1/4 inch steel because it doesn't give. Right on the money. Alright, this is my electric hacksaw. It's kind of funky, but it works. Just going to center them up over the door here. And that one's done. Is I got to clean up the top with a wire brush and get all the mud and the rust and everything off. Then I should be able to clamp out and lay stuff right on the table and weld. This will be something that I've really needed for a long time, and it's finally gotten done. Alright, this welding table is coming along nice. I did just a little buff here with it. I flipped the tabletop around and put the shear edge here. So that's all done. I moved this end of the table here out a little bit, and I put a couple of shims under on this side, and I haven't checked it for level yet. It looks pretty good by eye, so let's see what it says here. Holy man, that's perfect. And that's perfect. And this end is perfect. I guess I'm done. We've got this buffed up. We've got it all completely level. It's ready for use. Rebuilding the welding table is done. Thanks for watching.